excuse my pauses. Um, okay, so let's go ahead while we're waiting here. Just look at this 24-hour candle. So as far as levels, right? Where are we recovering? Right? We don't really have anything to our left. The only thing that I saw was these two candles at 430, 486, right? So as far as a 24-hour candle is concerned, closing up against that would be much preferred. And I think that the more I zoom down, right, we're seeing that buyers are, at least at the moment, uninterested in that squeeze out, right, to test that top and pull back in. We can't definitively say it now, but hopefully by the end of the day, we can go ahead and look for a clear move down to 403. So see what I'm saying? News like that can send it in a matter of a minute. DCA isn't that bad. So what if it drops next week and crashes again, right? Then your statement would change. And that's the thing about equity, right? Is we're not day trading it. If we were day trading it, that's a different story, right? You could DCA, or that would just be called accumulating a position in between a specific price range. But yeah, that's short-term gains.
Yeah, I'd ask that question because I heard you say something yesterday about DCA and that nobody in here should be doing that. But that's based on your short-term strategy, right? Swing trading, not long-term investments. Or do you feel that way either way?
I feel that way either about. I don't DCA. If it's at the bottom, then you're buying it at the bottom, right? Like that's cool. But I think there's a more strategic way of buying things than just buying them because they pulled back, or there's, because we have this strategy, you don't have to do that, right? It's like, okay, if this bounces off the bottom of this box or reclaims the bottom of this box, I can use that as my average, and then it allows you a comfortable. It's just the same thing with options. We know when certain things are going to continue breaking down, or where these really important levels are. So why would we, disregard that and just start picking up, shares randomly?
Gotcha. Yeah. I mean, if you think you've found a level and then it ends up going below, then that's okay
Right.
because you have that's accidental DCA.
Yeah. DCAing, or if you're buying strategically and calling that a DCA, cool. But yeah, I'm not a fan. And I'm not telling anybody in anywhere to do anything. I'm just explaining my rationale, for why I feel that way.
Yeah, I appreciate the clarification.
Okay. Um so let's see how SPY is doing. Similar scenario here as well. 15-minute. Great opportunity for chop. I mean, that's just, I think, like we talked about, and a couple of you were even saying, like, that's the hope here, is that we do. I see a small box that we're moving into right now. If we lose 493.41, we should be taking another crack at that floor. Did they fix the alerts yet?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, so 494 break, and we'll be moving back down to that floor. So we're just going to pay attention to that. GameStop is the only hedge against this crash. Do you guys feel like if you say that enough, it'll be true? I'm not really sure how that works.
But,
Be nice, Tebow,
or-
because you're dumb. No, I'm just kidding.
I am a person.
Gore. The value of GameStop? Where's the value in GameStop?
It's going to the moon, Potter. It's going to the moon. It's going to be this week.
They're worth about as much as the commercial property it sits on.
This is the week.
They sell Pokemon cards. That's cool.
Wow.
Yeah. All right. So, what was my biggest losing day, and how did I deal with the mental side of the loss when you were? Well, it was similar conditions to these, and Trump tweeted that there was no stimmy checks, and I lost 13 grand, and that mentally, was not fun. But I will say, because it happened so fast, um, I would say it took me about a month, and I just knew what my mistake was. My mistake was taking a position, being cocky, thinking, fuck it, this shit's easy. And then Trump hits us with the Tweety, and cooked immediately. 13 Banderitos. So, question, is the market waiting for China's response on tariffs? Because shouldn't we have moved way lower on the 50%? Yeah. I mean, I would venture to guess I wouldn't say that's what's defining the price action, but the indecision combined with just market mechanics. Yeah, this is a big level. And in order to keep selling this level, the fear does need to rise. So if China hits hard, Xi Jinping wakes up and says, fuck it.
Geez, they're looking at 420.
Yeah, IWM, less of a fire setup, but does have a trigger 176.31, breakdown 172.50.
Those 415s are picking up steam.
Yeah, I'm trimming 2 at a time.
Pacifico. Caught Spy's move up today, made a 400% play, first 100% plus move. Nice job, Jimmy. Jimmy! All right. So our ETFs, again, my hope is that we box it out, but right now we can go ahead and definitively say that buyers, as of right now, are not interested on the ETFs surrounding us, at least for the moment. So let's see if anything changes before the end of the day. Personally, unless something moves, I'm not really seeing the signals or triggers. I really want to take Netflix down. I really want to take PLTR down. But that's not happening at the moment. I could take a position, but it's just going to leave me in a weird place. Any positions taken to the downside, I think it would be imperative that you hedge going into tomorrow. So over 200% short interest on GameStop, but it's not a good play apparently. Do you need me? Do you need my validation? Is that what this is? Or like, I'm not really sure what you want out of me. Do you want me to say it's a good play? It's a good play. It's a great play that only you should take. And then when you're rich, just come laugh at us and be like, I told you so. I hope you make a bag, dude. You don't need me to take it for you to, if you feel good about it and you got a good reason to take it, do it. No one cares about
I feel like these stocks are very short-lived. If your whole focus in like thousands of tickers is just GameStop, that's
Yeah, you know
where
what's
the
funny is
problem
people
is.
will wait for a year, it will squeeze for a short period of time, and then they'll miss it anyway. It's fucking diabolical. Like, it's gonna rip, and then one day it fucking does, and they're like, fuck. So, Disney, again, I don't want to take it quite yet. Again, what I'm betting on, right? We got the bounce, but what I'm betting on is that we just gap down. Just have another fat gap down based off news. And that's something that, again, if you can speculate on it, I'll probably have some speculative positions. But I'm hoping we can just wait for tomorrow. And then I didn't do this actually yesterday, surprisingly. But we do have, I think, going into the rest of the week. Yeah, Wednesday, we've got FOMC meeting minutes, which is just a recap. But Thursday and Friday, delicious. They are applying the MSTR strategy where they cannot get margin called. Ooh. Oh, game. No, I didn't take NVIDIA. It's all Trump's fault. No, it's more than him. Greedy politicians, greedy late stage CEOs, multi-billionaires, Blackwater, Dick Cheney.
Hey Potter, how do you hedge when contracts are so jacked like this? I mean, it seems a little tougher to find your 10 or 15 cent hedges.
You gotta go with something like SQQ. Something outside of the box. Or
No
you're
one's
going-
still expensive.
it's Dick Cheney's fault. But yeah, I mean, you kind of really have to reach way out. So, for example, you're long on the Qs, or you're long on a tech name, and you're looking at hedging the Qs. You need to be around 390, right? And with IV, you know that IV is going to reach at least $25 to $50 out of the money. So we're playing with a different fucking, we're riding a different horse right now.
Yeah, I was looking at the what was that? 450s. They were 70 cents, but that's pretty far out because I'm short on Baba, but I was just going to hedge it with long on the Qs.
Hank, I'm not buying. Right, exactly. You're gonna have to step really far out. So if you're short, I would say you should go as far as fucking the 460s, 465s. But it's also one of those things where I'm cool with, I'm okay with waiting. With
Yeah,
this-
well, I'm already in, so
Oh, are you okay? Good. Get it.
not on the hedge, but on the play itself.
FXI. Jesus Christ. Wow, that thing looks like FXI looks like it's gonna go to 2760 and 27 even. That's a liquid piece of crap. Dude, is Ryan, is he still going? What is this about? It's about money. Just give me my money. Yeah, as of right now on Baba, I am currently sitting up on those $30 contracts that we bought. Well, I bought. I don't know what y'all did. Okay. Anybody having network issues?
I got weird all day. Yep.
What'd you say?
It's been weird all day.
Can I please? Just give me my money. Por favor. Well, it was up around 3,000%. Kind of laggy. Seems boring. Yeah, it's boring. Entra de mi canal, mira el análisis doyen for data Rio profession. You're trying to teach people because you have experience. Is what I kind of got out of that. I'm gonna block you. All right. You see more yes, I do think we continue moving down. Listen, if it's not laggy to Ivy, it shouldn't be laggy to you. Okay, yeah. So I'm still sitting up at 3,600% on Baba puts. How was Disney? Disney was delightful, but expensive. So expensive.
Do you feel like it was worth the money?
No.
No, I don't. It was fun. I had a good time. The kids did, but I would have rather taken that money and got double the goddamn vacation from Universal. Just being
Yeah.
real.
I feel like that's how everybody feels leaving Disney.
I feel like I got fucking robbed.
It does.
Baba, I bought Baba, guys, on the 3rd or the 28th of March at the literal last motherfucking second of the day. No kizzy. There was 6 seconds left in the market when I got filled. That's by the skin of your balls. You could have bought a cool dirt bike. I could have bought multiple dirt bikes, I feel like.
Can we back up for a second? What did you just say?
He got filled
What is wrong with you
at the
guys?
skin of his balls.
Skin of his-
Man,
You could have
keep up the
used any
design
other
so-
body part. You had to use that one.
Sorry. Unilax Rides Express doesn't even work for the best rides. You know what, DJ? You go to Disney World by yourself. You should be investigated.
Jesus.
Launching an event. I'm calling right now, dude. FBI. Are you a Disney adult? All right. What's your level, give or take, for the bottom on this market? 363. Oh yeah, 380s and 360s. No, I mean the kids had fun. But I could fucking leave a box in the living room and my kids would have fun. So obviously different. Yeah, but yeah, Hagrid's is the best, but I mean, I just had more fun at Universal and it was, I don't know, 2 different experiences. All right, so let's start looking at some shit. Pause. See if we can find anything. DJ, where are you playing squads right now, dude? Get off squads. Where you at? Your SOF seeding? Crazy.
You already saw Mara, right?
No. What do you think I am, Oracle? See it all.
Yeah.
That is not the case, my boy. My son.
You can't do shit with a spoon.
Can't do shit with a spoon. I can bend. An Oracle doesn't fucking bend spoons.
You're not the one.
That's Alakazam, bro. All right. So Mara retest floor. What have you lost? Right. So I think this goes one or two ways, and I'm not just talking exclusively about Mara. We continue moving up tomorrow, right? And the pullback here causes indecision, but there is still more to retest. So if Mara can open up, gap up, be at 1225, I could see you going into the lower time frame and filling the gap up to 1360, right? And that would be a clear as day with a move over the 1250 top. But as of right now, you know, again, I feel the same way about a lot of things. So Guardians is badass going around the moon. I didn't really get to see a lot of that ride while I was riding it. I was holding my daughter as she screamed, "Please stop the ride." I was so sick when I got off of it from not looking in front of me. It was rough. What else do we have?
You're in a ship and everybody's got different roles.
No, I did do that one on Star Wars. Yeah, that was sick. My son kept fucking crashing the plane at the walls, though.
Yeah. That
He
would
was
give
like-
me like the vertigo.
I play too much VR for that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, the
VR
workshop is getting revamped. Dollar General. I mean, on the it actually looks pretty resilient. You gap down, you fill the gap. It's not enough. Yeah, so you refuse cost basis. This is easy, right? This is where it's like, okay, the 2 hour, the 1 hour. Right now, the 2 hour says you can't break cost basis. The 1 hour says the same shit, just a little bit wider. So you're looking at the right analysis. Look at the 50% retracement in the empty space below you. So it's one or the other. If you lose 91.21 again, you're going to take a crack at that, and I would, assume looking down, you can start looking for the break underneath 84. But will Hood continue up tomorrow? I just put hoof. Is that a stock? Hartford Schrodinger's U.S. Small Cap Opportunities Fund. See, they just be making shit up. Hood. Let's get under the hood. I know, I just heard those thoughts. Crazy. All right, let's see here. Okay, I'm not really seeing identification on the floor, but you did fill the gap. Opened on the gap, you still have a remaining amount of empty space, so 28 is the target down. And in order for you to go back up, the wicks are important, but floors like this, which you just retested today. So, I mean, I don't know, man. Part of me thinks that we could just spill right back down because we did move up so fast and retest like I talked about. And so, that adds to the luster of taking something speculative to the downside, right? Because this candle could just as easily get pushed down. But I can say that they're holding price at least above 34. So, it could be, again, another scenario where you can gamble on it, but it's a wait until one of the other 37.50 reclaim, and then you can start working your way back up. Or if this is a retest, you're going to have to be down on the 30-minute utilizing this, right? And my best case scenario, folks, is that we gap down tonight into this mess, wick down, pop back up, fill the gap, chop your ass to bits. That's my best case scenario on everything, right? Now, that means that not a lot of us are going to be able to make a ton of money, but this builds the higher time frame range that we need to see in order to decrease the value of these contracts. So again, where we open up tomorrow or close tonight and open up tomorrow is going to be perfect. So the white hood, what are you talking about, son? You're in the wrong area. If you're scared by 5-year and 10-year bonds, I'm good. I am not scared.
Fuck it. Scrap the whole strap. We're just
Trump-
doing bonds now.
Yeah, right. Trump just said 50% additional tariffs on China on the 8th. Sign me up, Baba. He just said that? How can I
The
trust
dude said like 100% tariff.
He
This
said
is
it at
getting
11. He said it
wild.
at 11:30 this morning.
No shot. That's fucking amazing. I mean, I'm not being like, it's not really amazing. It's like I'm amazed. Amazing isn't always great. Bonds trader, baby. Okay. Do you like bondage? Okay. All right. So Baba, yeah, we'll see what that manages tomorrow. But Microsoft probably going to get the same set of analysis. Yes, this looks just like fucking Netflix. Now Netflix looks way better to me than anything else, but you slapped the shit out of that target. And so until you can find a lower time frame, he's talking about the Houthis and Israel. Don't get me started, dude. I'm so triggered. Here's what needs to be done if you're going to be taking anything. Right now, lower time frame analysis is going to be muy important, right? So right now, you have a floor underneath you at 350.50 psychological, but that only drives you down into the 345 area, where you'd be looking for a break underneath us, right? And at the same time, yeah, this is where, I'm talking about the potential for some choppage, but you are trying to close back up around 360. So again, where you open up is going to be important. So PLTR, should I buy? You should learn my strategy so that you don't have to ask anybody, including myself. I'll still answer you, but whether or not you should buy. Because if I say yes and you buy, and then one day shit starts crashing and I'm not here, you trusted somebody else without having any sort of foundation of your own. I'm here to build independent traders, not signal takers. I'm helping you by hurting you. Does that make sense?
Do you watch Dragon Ball Z?
Yes, I have a Dragon Ball Z shirt.
It reminds me of like when Piccolo threw Gohan in the wilderness for like a month.
Yeah,
Oh
that's
yeah, hell
that's
yeah.
why I'm
That's how I
sending.
think of it.
Yeah, I'm sending both or I'm sending my son to Dagestan for 8 months and forget. You know,
Yeah, that's fire, bro.
You know what I'm
Because you
saying?
love him.
That's because I
Yeah,
love
that's
him.
because you love him.
hmm
Need good background noise. I usually do, but it's the end of the day and we're recording. And as I'm recording, if I have any music from anybody else, I mean, if I could get like maybe Stelio and a couple of others to like, create an
Yo, I got
ensemble
you. I'll
and
be
sing in the
right
back.
now.
No, I just really, really quiet. Trying to join the Discord. Link isn't working. Patty Wagons. I almost called you Patty Mayonnaise. Wait, I'm dropping a discount code. So, but not now. Don't sign up right now. You're gonna be pissed off when I drop a discount code.
Not to mention the music does not help clipping.
It does not. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Although one of the
there's a
videos
phrase-
you dropped on me, one of the videos you dropped on me, dude, I forgot to say this. I think I typed it out and forgot to send it. That shit sounded like 80s poor, you know what, music.
Wow.
Yeah. I
What,
sat there.
when I had background music at one point?
Well, you did have background music on this clip, and yeah, I was like, dude, that sounds like 80s fucking. I feel like we're about to see something.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it was a little. I've already bought it.
Yeah, let me know. I'll fix that. What the hell?
No, it's not something that needs to be. That was one of the old videos. It's already been posted.
Oh.
It's okay,
Yeah, I mean,
you're too young. You know, you wouldn't be able to resonate. Thank you, Chill. Invax, I see that actually I see kind of a resilient close here. Again, the only alternative is this is resistance and you pull back, but otherwise, if the market can continue squeezing, you have an easy push up to $7 tomorrow. So use that small wick on a lower time frame, or if you're taking a trade now, it doesn't look terrible. 15 minutes a little sketchy. So this box underneath you on the 15.
Miss anything interesting? Had to step out for a surgery.
Damn. You just got surgery and
You
then just
good?
came back?
He came.
Bro, you sound good for someone who just went through surgery.
Yeah, right.
He's just like, hey, I just got through getting my lung transplant. How you guys doing?
He's got spinal surgery. I'm chilling in the bed.
Just changed
Clearly
my
doing
bandages
surgery.
from my open heart. Oh, doing. Okay.
Classic.
He said on his doing.
No, never mind.
All right.
never
Anyway,
mind.
moving
What
on.
kind of music do you listen to while surgery? Answer that after.
Yeah,
Yes,
Invex, Cliff. Let's see here, 24-hour, Poopy, wick to wick, retest. Yeah, everything is the same. Retest. Allah. Ooh. Pacifico.
I don't pick the music. I let the technician pick whatever they want.
Like opera.
Has anyone woken up during the surgery?
Bro, he operates on animals.
Okay, has a dog woken up?
All right, Captain.
Dogs sometimes,
all right,
they'll
Captain.
sometimes get light under anesthesia, but we have drugs and gas no different than people in order to get them back under.
I swear to
Have you
God,
ever thrown
dude,
the
you got
Discord
worse.
on?
You got worse ADHD than me. Let's focus, guys. We got not a lot
Sorry,
of time.
bro.
God dang, take a neurogum, dude. All right, Piton. That's crazy when you got me correcting your own ADHD, dude. It's me. You know.
Bro, everybody just got mad at me, bro. Like, yo, chill.
Oh my God, this guy has
My
some
brain.
fucking.
You'll stand up for Stelio.
Yeah, bro.
All right,
He's
five.
not a monkey potter.
Oh, okay, 560. We're gonna move on right there. $6, but right now this is an accumulation area, right? You are accumulating. Here's your top. That's 561. So that's your next target is $6. Whether or not that continues moving to the upside is going to be dictated on whether or not you can move through the 625 area. TQQQ. I know that how are those? Did those lose a little bit of value? Nothing's much different on TQQ. The only thing that I see different is where it bounced. which is kind of an odd level if I'm being honest. Let's see here. So I guess theoretically it was an old cost basis, was an old small resistance. So I don't know. Again, we're not coming out of an area of consolidation. We just had an extremely. I'm gonna bring you guys back to SPY, right? We're gonna go back. So again, just to give you an example, remember with COVID, guys, this is almost to a T. Like, check this out, right? You literally pop up, candle close over the wall, you retest similar to how we did today, and then you just gap fuck right back down. Now, these are different conditions, right? Different conditions with, different potential outcomes. But a crash is a crash. And with these type of giant moves down, when I see, right, these erratic moves up, I'm not falling for it. Something has to be recovered. And what needs to be recovered for us is pretty far away, right? For the 4 hour, no structure. 2 hour, no structure. You have a candle hitting that green wall. So this here and here, this could be this could be the range, and I would say that it's not a bad idea actually now that I'm looking at it, but this could be the range similar to that same breakdown. So I'm gonna go ahead and say this like just as a blanket statement. If you're taking something because of the conditions, that's fine, hedge yourself. But if on a technical basis, I don't have that next signal, up or down, at least as of right now. I want range, and the reason that I want it is because of the contracts, but I also see it, and it wouldn't have become an option, but unless I had. So anyway, TZA. Oh my god. I mean, that's really odd with that nasty wick right there. 24-hour time frame. See, that seems like it wants to go back up. Man, this is going to be something that you have to figure out on a lower time frame. Absolutely. So here's a couple of blanket statements. Here's your area of consolidation. So you need to first be over 2375, and secondly over this 2408. So if you're looking up, that's where you need to see candle closes, and this is on the 30-minute. 15-minute seems to agree. The only difference would be is that's actually the whole box, and it would be 2436 on the 15-minute, dictating where you go from there. That 24-hour candle above you, it just gapped up to the resistance and then pulled back, and again, that a lot of the times can set up some chops. So is this your doing for the charts? Is this my doing? Oh, I'm using a TradeStation. All right. Hey, I like that fucking candle. So almost guaranteed now under 420.85. Should be start moving down to 416. We'll see if we get it. Nice seller push right there. Damn, that's tempting. This might be a good time. Let's see, it's 343. And so much money was lost today, guys, on these contracts. Diabolical. $385s, but again, if you cannot afford those, don't fucking speculate on those. All right.
Holy shit, these things are expensive.
Yeah. Extremely, extremely, extremely expensive.
385 going into tomorrow. What do you
Yep.
think?
That's my hedge. Or my
Why
spec.
not get SQQQ?
Yeah, I could do this. I could do that as well. If not either or.
Would you look for a cheaper IV?
I don't think that's possible right now. Everything relative to its normal carrying IV is jacked. If they have option, IV is moving up. I mean, period. So, lower premium, yes, but I imagine that most, if not all, of these premiums are going to be pretty high. Because
You
think
need
about
a
it.
20% move on SQQ to break even on most of these contracts right now.
So think about it this way, right? These contracts are actually being utilized, right? If you're a long-term investor, wouldn't it be nice to have a reservation to sell something at a higher price? So, yeah, that, and then the buyers of those, obviously, you know, this can cause squeezes, and I mean, even if you're just, I mean, like myself, using it as a hedge, you know, these conditions have IV on both sides extremely high. So, oh my God. ES has more structure / boxes, like 1 hour or 4 hour. If the market's moving, or if it has shares, or yeah, it's gonna be in a box. I've said this before, like, you know, you don't really create strategies. I think you kind of find them, like they're already there. Like when I looked at the market, I saw this. You know, not immediately, but this is what I felt. So yeah, it's like,
Hey Potter,
yeah, what's up?
sorry I missed that part of the QQQ. Why are you doing the 385s? Is there a reason why you're hedging that?
It is pure. Oh, I said speculative. Speculative 385s. I am not hedging them. Yeah, sorry about that.
Okay,
I misspoke. I was wrong. I was wrong. Peyton would love for me to say that. She's mad at me right now. I can't remember what I did.
That's what she said.
I don't even know
That's
what
the
to.
worst.
I don't even know what to apologize for.
Go ask her.
Yeah. Hey, no, that's gonna piss her off even more, because then she's gonna be like, "Oh, you
The
forgot."
easiest way to do it is try to press all the buttons and then see which one actually triggers.
Yeah, that's true. I should do that. There you go.
You might find yourself in a hole there.
Yeah. Can
And
I
then on
come?
top of it, have a notepad and write it down. Be like, oh, okay, interesting. Really
Chad.
piss her off.
Chad sounds safe. Can I come stay with you?
Yeah, yeah. Come over, do some surfing in PB.
PD. What does that stand for?
PB, Pacific Beach.
Oh, I thought you meant like we could go surfing and PD. I'm like, we can't
Oh,
abbreviate
no,
things.
no. I wouldn't
Potter,
do
there's
that.
one solution and one solution only.
Potter
Surprise
doesn't
trip
know what he
retarded.
signed up for.
Is it worse than
Oh,
Cade's farm? Oh,
He thought
Lord.
Chad was safe.
Yeah.
Can I check BLK? Yeah, I can do that. You know why? Oh my God, is BlackRock really falling? I can. Ooh. You are nearing a weekly punch down on BlackRock, and today was the retest of the previous resistance that you broke down from.
Am I wrong? But I think they have earnings this week.
I couldn't tell you, dude. I haven't looked at the earnings calendar, but as an earnings setup, it does say it on TradingView as an earnings setup, man. Dude, wow, BlackRock looks like it could go. So this is huge, right? Like this right here, huge. The fact that you've pulled yourself back up above it means that it needs to lose its floor, and by losing its floor, I think when you look over here to your left, that's where it gets actually really juicy. And so you'd be looking at like a breakthrough 750, maybe a potential to run into the 660s. But yeah, I mean, I'm not super familiar with how their earnings go. Doesn't seem like they're super responsive. I don't know, probably because their shares were ridiculously expensive, but yeah, the spreads are usually garbage. So hope the bottom could be in. We can only hope. No, we can do more than hope, crypto brosif. We can do more than hope. I can promise you that. We don't have to sit there and wonder, like, this is not a religion, it's a fucking moving mechanic. I don't pray that my car changes its oil. I know how it works, so I do it.
You change your own oil?
Yeah.
That's hot.
Pretty hot.
Oh my fucking god! I'm about to never speak again.
You see
If
how
you
you
take a
made him
look
blush?
at Apple,
You said you.
it's at a weekly cost basis for me.
Yeah,
and
no,
then 200 SMA if anyone cares about that.
Oh god! No, just kidding. Yeah. So I will agree with you there. Obviously, we need a weekly candle close to verify this. But here's what I also see: using most recent price action is a nice little chunk right here. Previous box that got punched through, it's turned into its own area, and you're kind of sitting on the top of it right now. So I would imagine an easy move to 170 on your next leg down for Apple. And the 24-hour, I think, should agree with me. It better make it into an Apple crisp. Nope. So it's 172.88 on the 24, and that'll be tomorrow's target. I'm not including the fucking random floor here. That would just be a separate target. I did go over the queues, yes. 30K phones coming soon. Isn't there luxury phone brands? I'm not sure. I'm not exactly. I'm not hedging the queues, guys. I'm going to make this abundantly clear. I can afford it to put $800 into the queues in this environment. It doesn't change the fact that, like, if I want to take this whole ass play, if I'm waiting for a signal, and you guys did this last week, right? Without me, breaking out of structure, contracts cheap, big move down, you guys eat. Now, contracts are extremely high. Major levels have been hit and have been bounced off of. News, we're sitting, right? We already had the dump. Now people are waiting. So either more bad news comes in and we just gap the fuck down because this is a market crash, or we're going to go sideways just like we have before many, many crashes ago. And almost every crash, every downtrend, even again, yeah, I think there's more people here on TikTok. So, like, just every time I feel like I don't know, I go and I look at this and I'm like, dude, these were conditions, right? The market typically, like, a crash is typically fueled by something that threatens the existence of the companies that uphold the market or the market itself. COVID, it did take down a lot of businesses, and appropriately the market crashed. But as it was happening, as we were analyzing that data, or whatever you want to call it, the market sat sideways, right? You got 5 days down and 6 days sideways. This is why I'm telling people, sit and be patient, because if you're patient, something of this nature, right? Imagine being able to draw a box on SPY now. We can't do that. We just have one green candle. So my feelings of wanting to jump into something is purely speculative because there are things that are outside of my control. It doesn't change the fact that it's likely still going to move, or excuse me, that news can come in overnight. But as far as a setup that will give me some sort of guarantee or show me some sort of structure, I don't see that, and that's my discipline saying no. We're not taking full-size positions. So if you choose to participate in the queues to the downside for a move overnight, that is completely on you. right? IV is through the roof, so I'm playing extremely far out of the money. And if we hit 400, I'll be up, 1,000 fucking percent. But I'm certain that we'll be able to catch this. I'm hoping that as of right now, no news comes out, and it's still not a promise that we won't maybe continue our squeeze up. Remember, we had 2 green days on the first bounce during this crash. So you look at SPY, both ways, and it's like, okay, if we want, like, look, I mean, the only difference here I would say is the wickage, but you're closing up against that red candle, and the same thing here, right? Let me show you what I'm talking about. I use the bottoms and the tops of all candles, right? Even the red ones. So you recovering that floor that buyers pulled price up to close. Same here where we're closing up against 505 area. Again, this can change within the next 5 minutes. It just doesn't, like, is that a punch down, right? What are we bouncing off of? Is that something we can take? Or even if it opens up underneath one of these levels. So if you're choosing to hedge, by the way, if you do choose or you're playing anything to the upside, my target to the upside tomorrow on another squeeze to the upside is 540. And yes, because I took the Qs down, I think I'll grab a few of those possibly to the upside, depending on how goddamn expensive they are. But if you are new or don't have a large account, you need to resist that temptation of pushing into something that you cannot afford, because, yeah, these are ridiculous. 540s are only 20 cents though, so. And that way, I have low risk, high reward on both sides. Please take an entry already.
Hey, Gary, what's your downside on the Qs?
I've got the 5, and they're a little bit way more. Well, not way more, but they are the 385s to the downside. Pretty far out, but purely speculative.
And you have all tomorrow expirations?
Yep. If it sounds like you shouldn't do it, don't do it. I'm not.
I just jumped on like the last minute was listening.
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Yeah.
So, when is the new view? So the new PBS isn't going to come out until I'm going to do one last live class. One. Or else. Ooh. Does anybody have will the market go down more this week? I cannot answer those type of questions. I am reactionary. If this breaks, right? If the fucking radiator breaks, I get a new one. If the floor fucking breaks, right? If the 494.25 on SPY breaks, and on the Qs, where the hell are we? Yeah. If the Qs lose their 416 and break the 402 floor, okay. But this is a wide range, which I have already said is likely or could likely give us that next box. So, what the fuck is happening to GameStop? You guys are losing your mind? All right. It's probably going to go up to $26. And then I would be aiming for a target of $27.91 if you just can't help yourself. Every time the market does dump, I admittedly, yes, game does squeeze. So if you're gonna get in, you better do it. But you don't really have a great way to hedge yourself. Dollar General. Dollar General. Not a significant enough candle close and a rejection of the 4-hour cost basis for me to go long. And it's even threatening losing that floor. It recovered at 91.62, so I'm not a big fan here until that happens. So you need to break up above that median, candle close over 94.35. It is holding up, which is good.
1 minute for any regular stocks.
Yep. 1 minute regular stocks, 16, well, less than 16 minutes for our ETFs here if you're going to take a position. I am not in Dollar General. No, I am not. There's a couple stocks, guys, that I am waiting on, like Netflix. I want it bad. PLTR. I want it bad. It's so juicy, dude. PLTR, oh, juice box, dude. And it bounced right off of 75.60. In my opinion, this, like, you know, this is a great opportunity to sit and watch structure build. And because of how significant these plays are to the downside, just we're going to catch them. We just have to not jump the gun or you're going to end up getting burned. So I am still holding Baba. Yes. I thought about grabbing more, but I'm just going to hold what I got. All right. That's it. Yep. No other options. When would I get into PLTR? There's a couple things that need to happen here. But first of all, there is a floor I'd like to see lost, and that's at 73.40. And on the 4 hour, I'd like to see 72.35 lost. That's what I'd like. Cool. Aura farming. AO told me it came in here and said I should get a low taper fade. Almost faded him. Lines up with weekly osmosis. Love that, Joe. Can you show your chart again, showing us the comparison to COVID crash versus today? Sure. Here's the COVID crash. Here's our crash. Very, very similar, right? This only being, I would say, more significant in a way where, you know, we had certain signals that gave us these, like that right there, that break of 590.55. That was really the, I mean, if you long expiration, delicious. But yeah, this is major leg down. Same thing here. So hopefully we get something along this. Appreciate how you answer. Of course, Raphael. SMCX, what the hell? Defiance daily target 2x long SMC high ETF. Get fucking real, dude. No way. That's ridiculous that that exists. It actually doesn't look bad, surprisingly, but you would need to go and break 32.50 and get a move over 36.50, and then you could see a nice run to 45. So, all right, folks, we're gonna take this week day by day. Be patient. You know, if you can't afford to speculate, don't. But I will see you guys tomorrow morning, 8:30. We'll see what the market opens up at. Watch futures. Yeah, I hope today you guys, if you did swing over the weekend, that you guys were able to collect some cash and hang on to it. So I will see you guys tomorrow, and I will be uploading this as soon as this live is over, which is now.
Yes, chef.
Goodbye.
Oh, bye. Thanks, Garrett. That's it.
No problem. You got crushed today, I'll bet, based on your stream last night. No. No. I was up 3,800% on Baba. What are you talking about? And last night, it actually played out perfectly because this morning I talked about a major pop up and then a complete reversal and chop. That is literally exactly what I said, and that is exactly what happened today. So, pretty fucking good, if you ask me. I'm not investing in anything, TikToker. Sometimes cash is a position. I'm not looking to buy anything at the moment. I don't care if, you know, there's a long ways for us to go. Only speculative TEP, and it's purely off of the fact that we're in the conditions that we're in. But I also am looking at I have SPY to the upside, you know, so right now we just had expansion last week, and so this week could have some contraction. But be a gambling man? No, don't do that. Our gains page. I didn't even look at our gains page today. Let's see how we did. Let's take a gander before I log this off. Damn. Whew. That was fire. 13% on his whole account. 507% on Baba. Yeah, both a lot of these swing trades opened up really nice. 103%. 9, bro. Look at that. $9,766%. God damn. All right. Now with that, I'm out. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.